This is International Relations MCQ series. In this video series, I will cover maximum MCQs on the subject of international relations. So if you appear for any kind of exams regarding the subject of international relations, this video series will really help you a lot, and you can find all these videos in the playlist. So go and check the playlist videos in the playlist. Okay. And okay, let's start with this video. In this video, we will discuss the MCQs on the theories and approaches. According to Aristotle, state is, options are a divine institution, an artificial creation, a creation of force, a natural institution. So the correct option is natural institution. According to Aristotle, state is natural institution. Which one of the following thinkers is associated with the idealist theory of state? Options are Hobbes, Hegel, J.S. Mill, Leski. So the correct option is Hegel. The thinker which is associated with the idealist theory of state is Hegel. Guys, I'm just repeating each MCQ for the sake of clarity, so you can just memorize it all at once in this video. Dash is pioneer of Neo-Realism. Options are Hans J. Morgenthau, Buzuri, Knecht Waltz, Prebisch. So the correct answer here is Knecht Waltz. Third is the right option here. Theory of realism is connected with, options are theory of class war, theory of national interest, theory of behavioralism, acquiring power and security. So fourth is the right option here, which is acquiring power and security. Theory of realism is connected with acquiring power and security. Idealist theory is theory of, options are balance theory, one-sided theory, based on idealism, value-based theory. So third is the right option, which is based on idealism. Idealist theory is the theory which is based on idealism. What amongst the following is the main thrust of neoliberalism? Options are commitment to an autonomous attitude of state, society and individual, to accord priority to the will of the majority, to extend power of the state beyond its borders, to place market efficiencies as foundation for political freedom, and to argue for a limited role for the state. So the main point regarding the neoliberalism is the fourth one, which says to place market efficiencies as foundation for political freedom and to argue for a limited role for the state. So fourth is the right option here. Neoliberals, options are stress the importance of international institutions in reducing conflict in the international system, or second option is are pessimistic. Neoliberals are pessimistic about international operations, or they agree with the realists that are unitary actors. None of these. So the correct option here is none of these. None of these options is correct about the neoliberals. Early liberalism stood for, options are recognition of the divine of king, religious toleration, everything medieval both in philosophy and in politics, economic equality. Second is the right option here, which is religious toleration. Early liberalism stood for religious toleration. Apartheid is, options are an international brotherhood, a policy of racial discrimination, a medical term, none of these. Second is the right option, which is a policy of racial discrimination. It is important as well as easy MCQs if you have studied the subject of international relations thoroughly. Apartheid is the policy of racial discrimination. Neocolonialism is, options are the transfer of colony from one colonial power to another, the new round of colonization of Africa after Latin America gained independence, the colonization which took place in the 19th century rather than 19th. None of these. Which one is the correct option here? So the correct option here is none of these. None of these option is correct regarding the neocolonialism. Fourth is the right option here. Which one of the following pair is correctly matched? Options are structural functional approach by Bosanquet, behavioral approach by Charles Merriam, conflict approach by Seymour Lipset, Marxist approach by Jacques Derrida. So second is the right option here, which is behavioral approach by Charles Merriam. In the eyes of the radical feminist, gender equality can be achieved through options are gradual reform, getting more women elected in legislature, challenging patriarchy, class struggle. So third is the right option, which is challenging patriarchy. According to radical feminists, gender equality can be achieved through challenging patriarchy. A well-known theorist of new social movement is options are Habermas, Foucault, Karl Marx, Althusser. So the third is the right option, which is Karl Marx. Karl Marx is the theorist of new social movement. Which one of the following is not the principal postulate of liberal movement? Options are individual freedom, powerful state, rule of law, political right. So second is the correct option here, which is powerful state. So MCQ is regarding which one of the following is not the principal postulate of liberal movement. So powerful state is the correct option here. One of the foremost exponent of the negative view of liberty in the 20th century is options are C.W. McFerrin, John Rawls, Isaiah Berlin, Charles Taylor. So third is the right option here, which is Isaiah Berlin, one of the foremost exponent of negative view of liberty. Okay, the question is about which have negative view of liberty. So it is Isaiah Berlin is the correct option here. Feminism in international relation has started during options are Gulf War, Cold War, First World War, Second World War. So second is the right option here, which is Cold War. Feminism started during the Cold War. Feminism in international relation advocates options are women power, rights of women, no power, duties of women. So second is the right option, which is rights of women. The concepts in international relations are highly, options are gendered, biased, unfair, fair. So first is the right option here, which is gendered. The concepts in international relations are highly gendered. The focus of intellectual inquiry for feminism is to dash knowledge. Options are make, deconstruct, construct, demolish. So the correct option is construct knowledge. The focus of intellectual inquiry for feminism is to construct knowledge. The goal of liberal feminism is to ensure dash gender equality with men and women. Options are incomplete, partial, complete, always. Third is the right option, which is complete. The goal of liberal feminism is to ensure complete gender equality with men and women. Marxist liberal feminism. Options are rejects, sports, ensure, demolish. So the first is the right option, which is reject. Marxist feminism rejects the liberal feminism. According to radical feminism, personal is dash. Options are economic, important, political, international. So third is the right option, which is political. According to radical feminism, personal is political. The study of postmodern feminism is born out of the experiences from options are one's own, others, outside, inside. So second is the right option here, which is others. The study of postmodern feminism is born out of the experiences from others. Feminist critical theory has roots in dash Marxism. Options are critical, social, Gramscian, new. So the correct option here is Gramscian. The feminist critical theory has roots in Gramscian Marxism. Feminist constructivism focuses on the study of how gender influences dash politics. Options are national, global, domestic, gendered. So the correct option here is global. Feminist constructivism focuses on the study of how gender influences global politics. Post-colonial feminism focuses on the need to study women's dash according to their social and cultural context. Options are role, position, subordination, issues. Third is the right option, which is subordination. Post-colonial feminism focuses on the need to study women's subordination according to their social and cultural context. Feminism sees security as highly, options are gendered, biased, political, important. So the correct option is gendered. Feminism sees security as highly gendered. The images of war rendered the role of woman as always. Options are visible, invisible, important, negligible. So the correct option is invisible. The images of war rendered the role of women as always is invisible. Feminism sees security from the perspective of, options are men, women, both A and B, none. So the correct option is woman. The concept of security is dashed to the discipline of international relations. Options are important, negligible, central, nothing. So the correct option is central, and it is important MCQ. The concept of security is central to the discipline of international relations. The feminist concern for security grows out of the centrality of, options are social relation, international relation, gender relation, no relation. Third is the right option, which is gender relation. The feminist concern for security grows out of the centrality of gender relations. What is the theme of 2016 International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women? Okay, options are Orange Your Neighborhood, Orange the World, Orange the Life, Orange the People. So the correct option is Orange the World. Who among the following said that post-behavioralism was a genuine revolution, not a reaction, a becoming, not a preservation, a reform, not a counter-reformation? Who said this? Options are James Bryce, Charles E. Merriam, David Easton, G.A. Ellman. So the correct option is David Easton. Who among the following said, we cannot shed our values in the way we remove our coats? Options are Leo Strauss, Alfred Coben, Jane Blundell, David Easton. So the correct option is David Easton. Who among the following characterized early liberalism as possessive individualism? Options are F.A. Hayek, Robert Nozick, C.B. McFerrin, Rawls. So the correct option is C.B. McFerrin. Which one of the following statement is not true? Options are Marx drew a distinction between ideology and science. Napoleon denounced ideology as cloudy metaphysics that ignored history and reality. D. Tracy coined the term ideology. Daniel Bell talked of ideology without an end. So fourth is the correct option here. The question was about which of the following statement is not true. So fourth is not true, which is Daniel Bell talked of ideology without an end. For whom ideas and not the material condition of productions are the effective causes of revolution? Okay, ideas are the effective causes of revolution. For whom? Options are Karl Marx, Lenin, Engels, or Stalin. So the correct option here is Lenin. Lenin was a person for whom the ideas and not the material condition of production are the effective cause of revolution. Lenin is the correct option. Which of the following statement is false with respect to Plato's ideas? Options are division of function does not rest on differences of aptitude. State is assumed to be merely individual writ large. Athenian women were not allowed to participate in politics. Ignorance and incompetence of politics is the cause of democracy. Okay, so the question is about which of the following statement is false with respect to Plato's ideas. So first one is the false statement, which says that division of functions does not rest on the differences of aptitude. So it is a false statement. Which of the following is not an expression of constitutional rule of Aristotle? Options are rule in public interest, a lawful rule, the government of willing subjects, inconsistent with the dignity of the subjects. So the MCQ was about which of the following is not an expression of constitutional rule of Aristotle. Not an expression. So fourth one is not an expression, which says inconsistent with the dignity of the subjects. It is not an expression. Okay, fourth is the right option here. Who of the following said that felicity is continued success in obtaining those things which a man from time to time desire? Options are Bentham, J.S. Mill, Hobbes, Rousseau. So the correct option here is Hobbes. Hobbes is the correct option here. Okay, who of the following notes the existence of legislative, executive, federative powers of the state? Options are Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, J. Bentham. So the correct option here is Locke. Locke was the person who notes the existence of legislative, executive and federative power. Locke. Second is the right option here. Which of the following is not an idea of Rousseau? Options are a thinking man is a depraved animal. Science is a fruit of idle curiosity. Philosophy is a mere intellectual frippery. General will is the sum total of will. Okay, the question is about which of the following is not an idea of Rousseau. So fourth one is the not an idea of Rousseau, which says general will is the sum total of will was not the idea of Rousseau. For J.S. Mill, which one of the following is not true? Options are players differ in quality, the philosophic calculus is observed, the principle of utility is the final end of life, liberty consists in doing what one desires. So the question was about, for J.S. Mill, which of the following is not true? So third is the option which is not true. It says the principle of utility is the final end of life. It is not true. It is a false statement. So third is the right option. For Karl Marx, who among the following is not an utopian socialist? Options are Saint-Simon, Proudhon, Fourier, Engels. So the correct option here is Engels, or either we call it Angels, not sure. Which of the following statement is not correct? Is not correct. Okay, we will have to find a false statement here. Options are political culture is a set of basic political attitudes. Political culture cannot be empirically studied. The study of political culture focuses on attitude of people and their likely effects on politics. Political culture has companion approach, that is political socialization. So the false statement here is second. So the option here is correct option here is second is the correct option, which is the political culture cannot be empirically studied. So the question was about which of the following statement is not correct. So second is not correct, means it is a false statement. Political culture cannot be empirically studied, it is a false statement. In the other way, it is said that it is a false statement, so the correct statement will be political culture can be empirically studied. So second is the right option here. Direct democracy is not possible in the modern times because options are people are indifferent towards the affair of state, political parties are opposed to it, property classes oppose it. One of the practical difficulties posed by the size and population of the modern state. So fourth is the right option here. Direct democracy is not possible in the modern time because of the practical difficulties posed by the size and population of the modern states. Who among the following is associated with the concept of realist liberalism? Options are E.H. Carr, Robert Baird, George Kennan, John H. Hertz. So fourth is the right option here, John H. Hertz. Which of the following is associated? Okay, George H. Hertz was a person who was associated with the concept of realist liberalism. John H. Hertz. Which one of the following book was written by E.H. Carr? Options are The Open Society and Its Enemies, 20 Years Crisis, Political Realism and Political Idealism, the Realities of the American Foreign Policy. So the correct option is 20 Years Crisis. Who condemned non-alignment as a selfish policy? Options are Morgenthau, William Johnstone, Schwarzenberger, Edward Crankshaw. So third is the right option here, which is Schwarzenberger, who condemned the non-alignment as a selfish policy. Which of the following is not the form of national power? Options are social power, military power, psychological power, economic power. So the correct option here is social power. It is asking about which of the following is not the form of national power. So social power is not the form of national power. First is the right option here. Which of the following is also called as total disarmament? Options are qualitative disarmament, quantitative disarmament, general disarmament, comprehensive disarmament. So the correct option here is comprehensive disarmament, which is also called as total disarmament. Who stated that international politics includes analysis of political relations and problems of peace among nations? Options are Charles Stracher, Norman J. Padelford, Harold Sprout, and Hans J. Morgenthau. So fourth is the correct option here, who stated that international politics includes analysis of political relations and problems of peace among nations. So Hans J. Morgenthau is the right option here. So these are just 5 questions to test yourself. You can just pause the video here and solve these questions to know that how much you have memorized this. And in this video there are a lot of MCQs, so if you can't memorize it at first, you can just watch this video again, so you can memorize these videos very well from the exam point of view. Thank you so much.